Hey guys, in today's video I will show you how you can use N8N to automate email campaigns in Mailchimp. Something that used to take me hours now only takes me a couple of minutes, and it even does it in 4 different languages. For years I did this process manually. Every time I wanted to run a campaign I needed to draft the materials, go to Mailchimp, create the campaigns, edit the email templates, add in the content, verify the links, and this for 4 languages, because for an e-commerce shop owner in Europe you need to do multiple languages to make sure you reach all your audiences. Now, with the help of AI and N8N I was able to automate most of the process, so I will show you a quick MVP that I set up and that I'm actually also using on my business. That basically saves me a ton of time. So let's dive into it. I'll be sharing on my school community the template that I'm using and also the quick guide on how to set this up and get started with this. So I will not go through the step-by-step of explaining the process or setting it up manually, but I will show you how it works and then you can download the materials. So if you're not yet in my new school community, you can join school.netcreatives.com. This is an example of the email that was created and sent automatically through N8N. So the way this works is it starts with an Airtable I created that has the name of the promo. It has also the promotion details that I want the AI to use, and it has a link to the promotion URL on our website. I specify this because this is where AI agents tend to hallucinate. They tend, especially when you do translations, they tend to create non-existing versions of the URL, and I do want our clients, when they open the email, to end up on the right page. So what I want to get out of the automation is a topic for the email that we will be using in Mailchimp and the HTML content of the actual newsletter or email promotion that we will send out. So what does this N8N flow do? Well, it takes the data from Airtable. It then generates 4 different versions of the campaign, or at least versions in 4 different languages, creates a campaign, uploads the content it created, and then sends the campaign. Finally then updates the Airtable so I know that the campaign has been sent. In order to set this up, there's a couple of things you need. First of all, you need to connect with your Mailchimp. So for this you need a Mailchimp API key. Pretty straightforward. You go into your Mailchimp, get the key, update it here, and it's a very simple preset credential that N8N offers. You need to connect with your Airtable. Again, for Airtable you get your personal access token. You then select the base and the table where the data is stored in, and you're good to go. So let's test this automation. So let's do it manually just to test it. The first thing I do is, from Mailchimp I need to get the data center I'm using and the audience ID. If you go to an audience and you see audience settings, you will get the audience ID. You can then copy this into N8N. The data center you also need to get from the audience settings. You will find this here or in the top of your URL. And then finally the record ID is something for now I'm doing manually because I'm still testing this process, but in the Airtable you can create a formula to show the actual record ID. So you just put record ID between parentheses, copy the record ID, enter it in N8N, execute, and all these values are ready to be used by the workflow. So the next step is to trigger the Airtable, get the record ID and the data associated with it. So you see, if you go to the JSON, we now have the name, the title, promotion content, the promotion URL, and the language we need. Next is to then in the AI agent specify what we need. So I created a very simple agent that says create an email in the HTML format using the template below in the language specified. So this is specified in the Airtable about the following promotion. We show the promotion content. And then for this campaign, I said create urgency about the topic. Also output a good title for the email. And create also link to the promo page where they can see the details. This I put in here because the actual link is not part of the template, so I specify this, so the agent will also take care of this for me. The template itself is basically the style of the email with my color scheme of my shop. In the template I put also instructions to put the right shop page and the right promotion page in the template notes so that the AI can take care of it. I then required a specific output format because I want this outputted first of all as a JSON with the plain HTML, but also with the email subject. So I enabled the require specific output format. I then created schema that says I need the title of the email and the HTML content as a string. The agent was struggling a bit with it. Sometimes it would put contents in the HTML content in the JSON and the Mailchimp would not take the right formatting or would lose the formatting. So I put an agent tool that double checks the HTML output to make sure it is valid. And I connected the agent itself to GPT 4.1. So let's run this. It will take a while for the agent to complete. You see it's using Ender tool and it's going back and forth to the agent itself to write the email. And now I have the title and I have the HTML for the email. Next step is to connect to Mailchimp, and we do that by basically creating an HTTP request, posting to the campaign and connecting with the Mailchimp credentials that we've set up. So in this case the URL it needs to create a post is your data center, in my case US11 api.mailchimp.com/3.0/campaigns. This will create a campaign. So let's take this. You see now the campaign was created, and in Mailchimp we can actually check this. So now we have an empty campaign. It did already put the title there, but it is still waiting for the content. So let's go to the next step. So here we do a put request. We use again the data center email. We put the right URL to put the content, and it takes from this the ID of the just created campaign. And as a value we put from the AI agent the HTML we just created. So let's execute this. Let's refresh now the campaign. And you see we have the promotion ready. So this is how easy it is to create campaigns going forward with N8N. So the next step would be to send the campaign, which in this case I will not do. Let me just disable this for now, but we can then update the record in Airtable again, just to know it's done. And we see we have the HTML of the campaign that we have sent, and also here a button send. This is a basic setup, but you see I already enabled it to generate emails for me in 4 different languages. So if you want to take this to the next level, what you could do is automate the rest of the process. Now this is still asking me to manually click the button to start the process. I still like to do this because I like to verify the campaign before I actually send it out. just to see that the email is formatted correctly and if there are no mistakes in there. But you could easily automate this if you want to scale this. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, let me know. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, more videos are coming. But you can also join my school community where I will be sharing this resource and also the actual HTTP request I used to connect to Mailchimp. You can of course also pause the video and get the right URLs, but I'll be sharing it and documenting it in my school community. Thank you for watching. See you.